Hi, you're here with Herbert, Sweetfadays, good old Bajan cooking group. I'm preparing today to do pork, and this is my pork already seasoned with some all-purpose seasoning, and some curry powder. And this is my chive and my onions and my garlic and this is what we call pork. It's broadleaf thyme, but we call it pork. This is my chive, this is my onions and my garlic that I'm going to use in this pork. So this is my pork already seasoned that I will be doing today, my pork, Bajan pork. As you see, I have already started my oil, and I will be adding my pork gradually. Adding the pork gradually to the pan. You don't need to cut all the fat off the pork. You don't need all the fat off the pork. This is fresh pork. You don't need to take off the fat because the oil is what we need. We need the oil. So we're not going to take off the fat as we take off fat, but not as much fat because we need. So I have to stir for a while. I have to stir. We need the juices. So I will just stir a while. Just do as much as you can handle. Don't overflow the pan. But do as much as you can handle. So I'm going to let this saute in here while I do my green veg, okra and Christophine. That is what I'll be serving with this pork, and I'll be doing some rice. I'll be doing some lentil rice, and there's my water. It's on for my lentil rice, and I have some salt pork and some chive in there. That's what I'm going to do. This is my rice that I'm going to be preparing. So in order to do my rice, I let my pork cook first, and when this pork is finished, I would add my peas because the peas don't need a lot of cooking. They will take about 15 minutes to cook. So I added my pork for my pork to cook first. So when this pigtail is finished cooking, I would then add my peas, and when my peas is finished, I would add my rice. So that's what's going on today. Now I have sauteed the pork. Here I have added my chive, my onions, and some fresh pineapples. To add chive, fresh pineapples, I added some what we call pork. Now here I would add this is some molasses. You would add molasses, or you would add some browning, but I'm not using browning food coloring. I'm using some nice Bajan molasses, raw molasses. I'm using Bajan raw molasses that I'm adding, and I'm adding one pot spoon to this, and this will come out nice and brown, nice brown dark pork, because your pork should be brown in color. So this is what I'm using for this. Now here I'm adding a little water. I've taken some water and mixed with the balance of the molasses that is in the bowl, and because I need a little water into this now. So with this now, it's going to saute in here. So I'm going to leave this now again and let it saute and get the nice rich brown color. You see, as it's going, you're having that nice brown color, and as it boil more, the darker it will get. So instead of browning, you can use your molasses, instead of using sugar into this to brown sugar and stuff to get that caramel. The molasses will give it the caramel, and it will give it a nice flavor along with the pineapple. So you will have that sweet sour flavor for your pot pork. Your pot pork should come out brown and nice with this caramel finishing with the thing. So we're gonna let the pork cook now. It's gonna cook through, it's gonna do its work and get all the flavor into that pork. So I'm gonna cover this right now because we have a little water in it, and we're gonna cover it right now and let it cook right through, because we don't need our pork half cooked. You know, their pigs carry so much germs and bacteria, and they have something what you call a tapeworm, that this pork needs to be cooked. Never use half cooked pork, because there's always something called a tapeworm that you need, that this pork should have enough heat in it to kill any bacteria in there. So guys, now here we have our lovely pot pork. It's all bubbling down nice and brown. That's what we're looking at, and the pork is cooked. So this is our lovely pot pork, and this is our rice, our lentil rice with our salt meat that we are having, and I will soon plate this. After 2 hours of cooking, your pot pork is now finished. See that nice brown texture you've got in here? Your pot pork is now finished, and it will be served with this nice fluffy rice. And there we have our okras have been finished also. Now here guys, you have your lovely plate of pot pork, nice and brown, your okras, your tomato and your cucumber. You have your nice lovely plate of food. This is pot pork with lentil rice, some steamed veg you have here. So this is your lovely plate of pot pork and rice. So we're gonna add a few. I want to get that nice look, of pork on this plate, and we're gonna place some. That's your Christophine. So you see this nice plate, the flavors are bouncing off of this plate. Your steamed okra, your Christophine, your tomatoes, your slice of cucumber, that nice pork, you see, it's all, you see the juices, you see everything on this pork. And guys, you are free to join good old Bajan cooking group, where you meet a family who loves to cook. So this is your plating of pot pork. Watch the flavors flying off of this plate. Oh my gosh, lovely, 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 lovely. Thank you for joining Herbert Sweetfadays good old Bajan cooking group. Thank you for joining us today. But good bird's eye view of my pot pork. You're gonna have, this is a Bajan. Now we have our pot pork. Here we have our plate with pot pork. It's a bird's eye view. This is a bigger plating than the one that you have seen before, because I love my vegetables. So this is my vegetables that I'm going to have.